Confabulation.
音の科学者グアムへ。
I am with the mother of the Matrix, Sophia Stewart, the creator of the ingenious work since 1981, the foundation and core of the blockbuster films The Terminator and The Matrix, an accomplished award-winning poet with over 100 poems. She earned the Rosa Parks Award from the NAACP in 2005 and the Honor Award for Empowering the People from the Las Vegas Music Awards in 2006. In 2007, she was nominated for the International Award called Lifting Up the World with Oneness Heart, an award offered to those who have made exceptional contributions to the human family. Other recievers of this award include Nelson Mandela, Mikhail Gorbachev, Mother Teresa, Pope John Paul, and Jesse Jackson, and many more. She received her BA in journalism and majors in law and psychology. She has also written an epic called The Third Eye. She has this talent for transforming comprehensive metaphysical and spiritual concepts into the most revered science fiction of the 20th century. The Terminator and the Matrix films are among the most artistically phenomenal and financially profitable film franchises in the history of Hollywood, grossing over $25 billion and has won 4 Oscars and continues to generate revenue internationally. Ladies and gentlemen, she is currently continuing her epic work in the upcoming Matrix 4 and book, which is destined to supersede the extraordinary success of The Matrix and The Terminator, and established herself as one of the most profound master writers of the 21st century. Welcome, Sophia Stewart. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, well, I love this very much. And I love, of course, people knowing my accomplishments. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, because your accomplishments are they're amazing. In one lifetime, you have managed all these amazing feats. And I'm sure there was a lot stacked against you.
Well, a lot of people think so, but I try to tell them that a lot of that is on the internet. It's kind of troll information because I'm the owner of the Matrix and Terminator movie franchises, owner by copyrights. And so therefore I didn't have a struggle or a fight. The people that stole from me were the ones actually struggling and fighting to stay out of jail, paying lots of politicians, crooked judges, crooked lawyers, and clerks, and so forth, to stay out of jail, like the way Bernie Madoff, when he was stealing millions and billions of dollars from the rich. And people were wondering, why did it take 20 to 30 years for him to go to jail? Al Capone, John Gotti, Bernie Madoff, just to name a few. It takes these people incredibly a long time before they're put in jail. People just do not understand, the common people, that white collar criminals pay to stay out of jail, and when the money run out, that's when they all go to jail.
Wow.
So I was never struggling. I was never fighting. When someone steals from you, me being the victim doesn't make me powerless and doesn't make me, helpless. They were trying to buy the copyrights that are worth billions of dollars for 5 million. And then Warner Brothers offered me $30 million for the new shooting script to Matrix 4, the fourth installment of the Matrix.
Oh wow, that's
Yes.
good for you. Let me ask you, what inspired you to write The Matrix and the Terminator?
Well, I at the time was engaged to marry Muhammad Ali, and I had met him in 1980, and this was all in the media. So in the archives, you'll find pictures and information about us. And he was a Black superhero at that time, a living Black superhero. So I thought about, wow, it would be incredible to have Black superheroes in Black science fiction, because we didn't have any Black science fiction, Black superheroes in these science fiction movies, except for a living one, and that's Muhammad Ali. So that's why the Neo character, that's where that whole inspiration come from, and why the studios was trying to ask Will Smith to play Neo. And of course, he didn't even understand the Wachowski brothers when they were trying to explain it, because it wasn't their work and they didn't know how to articulate something that was 30 years into the future being technology. Because I was talking about body scanners, food scanners, computerized warfare with drones, virtual reality, virtual penal systems, virtual skateboards. Do you see what I'm saying? Technology that's beyond most people's comprehension.
How
Uh,
old were you when you completed these films?
well, I didn't complete the films. What happened was I wrote the source work. The script in the book was adapted into these movies that you see, the Matrix trilogy, and then of course several. But every time they try to get further and further away from the original source work, of course it was garbage. LA Sentinel, the Los Angeles Sentinel newspaper, June the 1st, 1981. They're talking about Sophia Stewart is going to come out with a first Black science fiction with Black superheroes in leadership role. And then the late Julian Bond, he calls me, like right after he sees The Matrix. He's very proud of me, and he tells me how phenomenal that is. So it's historical. I've made history. It's something that the whole world should acknowledge and know. Not some people trying to steal and trying to make it their own because the work is so phenomenal, they want to take credit for it. And they can't do that. I was already in the media working for Channel 13 with Oscar Award producer Perry Miller Dado, already a West Coast correspondent with a national magazine out of New York City. The publisher was Dick Barnett of the New York Knicks. I was already working at the studio, Columbia Pictures, in Vice President Dick Barris's office, and also the producer Brandon Cahill, Fantasy Island. So you see, I was already in the media, already in the news. I had already done some movies. I know that kind of shocked, huh?
Let me ask
But,
Sophia, what was your childhood like? And was there a moment?
when you have a gift like that, it's very common because I'm ambidextrous. Ambidextrous means that I use both lobes of the brain, like in the movie Lucy. She's using both lobes. I have the same strength in both hands, and a doctor told me that if I was a boxer, I would actually could knock out my opponent with either hands, and he wouldn't see it coming.
Wow, that's incredible. What prompted you to be so intrigued by the link between the metaphysical and spiritual aspects of life?
Well, what was the question?
What
What
prompted
did you,
you to be so intrigued by this link between the metaphysical and spiritual aspects of life?
well, I always had this gift. I can't explain it, but we access information from our DNA, not from what people say passing down information. No, our ancestors are all part of our DNA, and we're able, and I'm talking about this in the Matrix 4 book, in the movie, we're able to access that information, even if it's ancient information. So when I wrote The Matrix and Terminator, it's one epic story. The Terminator is the prequels to The Matrix. Prequels mean it's the beginning of the whole epic story. So Sarah Connor is the mother of JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ, who grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. Yes, it's biblical in a sense, but the Bible goes all the way back to ancient Eden, which is now called Egypt. But in the Bible, in the King James's Bible, you go back, it is called Eden, the book of the living, the book of the dead. And what happened was Europeans later on came out with their version of this Bible, which is actually the book of the living, the book of the dead, from Eden, the ancient Egyptians, which some people believe they were ancient aliens. Aliens mean unknown, or they're not from Earth or from here. So if you look at the King James's Bible, the word matrix is a 7,000-year-old word, meaning the woman's womb, her stargate, her portal to bring babies into this physical dimension, this world. You see what I'm talking about? So the Matrix in Terminator is about the female or the feminine energy of creativity, is what you call Mother Nature or the oracle, the prophet, the prophecies. Do you see what I'm talking about? The mother, the nurturer, the female energy, the feminine energy is the energy of creativity, not the male energy. The male energy is that of war. But the female energy, she creates. So the difference between a man and a woman is not a vagina or a penis. It is actually the womb, this stargate, this portal. Because if you don't come through this stargate or portal, you can never come into the physical domain of this earth. Mm-hmm. And it takes 9 months, 36 weeks for the body, the transportation, house the spiritual body, which is the astral body, and the soul, which is the magnetism or life. Because the soul comes in around the 12th week. You want to put good, you want to put God, you want to put a prayer of protection in that spot every day. So evil cannot get in and wreck your plans, or chaos can't get in and change anything. You will not be harmed. You came here to create, you came here to help, and when you help others, you help yourself. About others, stop thinking about self, because self is about selfishness. It's not about you. It's about what you came to do. And what did you come to do? You came to build. You came to create. You came to make others, their lives better. So when you make their lives better, you've already made your life the greatest.